No dollar.
No dollar.
No think of giving up.
No think of giving up.
Take am as e dey hot.
Take am as e dey hot.
One day, all will be story for the gods. Voice of the streets, be heard.
If you have the opportunity to be the president of this country, Nigeria, for just one day, what are the 3 things you would change?
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at electricity, because that is the greatest challenge we're having in this country. So I make sure that we have a stable power supply. And then number 2, I will make sure that I create jobs. We have jobs because the problem we're having now is unemployment. The rate of unemployment in this country is becoming alarming. And then the third thing is that I make sure that the price of goods and services are reduced to the minimum, so that the common man will be able to enjoy their life.
Wow, 3 things. We don't need much. I wouldn't change much, but the first thing on the agenda is electricity. If that is fixed, then we can start from there. But let that be the first. If you start that, then we can do something else. But let us start that first.
Okay, cool. And do you think you can fix this electricity in just one day?
Of course, it's not something that can be fixed in a day, but we should take a step. When you take a step, of course, you definitely get better with it. But make that bold step first of all, then every other thing follows. Yeah.
If you have the opportunity to be the Nigerian president for one day, just one day, what are the 3 things you would change, and what are the 3 things you would do?
The first thing, I'll first finish all their money first. The second, the minute that I sit for this, that yes, I'm a president, I'll first finish all the money. Maybe second, I'll be saying that I will do this road, or I'll tell that let them go and clear all those land that I will build.
If I have a chance to be president of this country, I have 3 things. All my cabinets, children will school in Nigeria, and they will school in public school. Free treatment. Third one is I think that's the 2 for now. Yeah.
I'll improve the security in the country, and also electricity, and I'll also try to get more jobs for the youth.
And do you think you can make this happen in just one day?
Yeah, with the help of my officials, we'll do it.
I really don't like the fact that I get to see people like homeless and all that. So really, I'm really going to work on that, and I'm really going to stop the whole life issue. Like the suffering and everything is just way too much. So really, if I had my chance though, I would really like the little children outside that have no place to stay or something. I really want to like help them out and all that. So everybody will be on a whole equal team. You feel?
All right, 3 things. Quick one. 1, lights. Going to make sure that there's good lights. 2, free medical health care, especially for children and mothers. Then thirdly, we'll fix the educational system of Nigeria. At least up to university level, it should be free. Those 3 things: lights, health, and education. That will solve a lot of our issues in this country.
Okay. Honestly, I have just one for now. And that one is the basic thing we need. That is just to provide adequate security for the country. That's just what I can think about right now. I feel like if we can actually provide a basic security for the country, we do not need to walk with our heads behind our back, or like with our facing back. Yeah. So I think the best thing to do is provide security. When you have this security, I believe everything will work together for good.
One good road, working, and food, and all the things like that.
So do you think if you can afford these 3 things for the country and everything will just fall in place?
Why not? Well, we not able, but at least a bit.
Job availability for the youth, good roads, and electricity.
And do you think you can make all this work in just one day?
In just one day, it's very possible. There is money. When there is money there, you can do anything you want to do. And I'm sure we have money in Nigeria. It's just our youths, our leaders are corrupt. Yeah, and we have a good leader, then everything will work fine.
First of all, I will change the constitution, or should I say I will amend the constitution. Yeah, when I do that, then the second thing I'm going to do, which is very paramount, is that I will have to this time around, I will just use this power of letting everyone, like the politicians who has been there, who one way or the other are leaving inheritance for their children, that we don't know, and one way or the other are irresponsible because I don't know. I will just flush them. I won't say because I'm the president, then I should start chasing them with EFCC. No, I want to give them that grace. Let them just leave that seat, or else they will face the consequences. Then the third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, this is going to start from the senatorial seat down. I'm going to eliminate, everybody. They've done enough. They've tried. We keep having repetitions of faces coming into power, claiming that they want to do good, and yet they are not doing anything. So the third thing I'm going to do is I will bring in capable hands, people who are qualified. Young minds, young brains into the power. So those are the three things I'm going to do.
I am going to remember the less privileged first, and I make sure that there is a job opportunity, and then add value to the nation at large.
Number one thing is that first of all, first look into the constitution. I will check maybe it's possible for me to, as in those who call themselves the senators. Maybe I'll just look for a way out to scrap them out, because one, they are not adding any value to this country. That's my one thing. Number two thing, normally those who call themselves NYSC, I'll look for a way to pay them before the month even comes to an end. And generally there should be a general salary, basic salary being paid to every person that is a citizen of Nigeria.
I'll look at the constitution and call everybody together. We'll review it and chart a way forward that will be very inclusive for everybody. 2, I'll have a burden for the next generation, children and the youth. And I'll have a big plan for those exiting the civil service and anybody over 60 years of old. I'll take that very serious.
That's another. But do you think you can actually make these things work for just one day? You only have one day.
So life is a continuum. It's not possible in a day. You can just set a vision in a day. Others will run the mission.
We have the perfect constitution in the country. We have the manpower. What we need in Nigeria is encouragement. Encourage the youth. The Senate House is only house I'm going to recognize. Other one should be a part-time job, and solely the education is more paramount in any developed country.